Welcome back to the class, guys. So in this class you will learn Linux commands that are used to administrate Linux systems. Linux system could be like your Ubuntu, Fedora, or if you are administrator of some servers like Red Hat, CentOS, then these are the commands, basic commands you are going to learn, but these are the commands that are generally used to administrate Linux based system. Commands are executed or run using terminal window that you are seeing over here, and having good hands-on experience and knowledge on the commands, that is command over commands, is very much important, as most of the tools that you are going to learn in this course is over terminal window by executing the commands or executing the scripts that are written in the programming languages like Ruby, Python, etc. So most of the tools that are there in the Kali Linux are developed in these programming languages. So before learning commands, let me introduce you to the Linux file system. So what is file system? File system in any operating system can be defined as how data is stored and retrieved in any operating system. Like data is saved in pieces and it has starting and ending point. So file system know where the starting and ending point and the starting point of the previous data. So this is how file system basically controls the data stored and retrieved. So in Microsoft Windows operating system, if you click on the drive in which you have installed operating system, like mostly C drive, you can see some files and folders. If you check program files directory, you will mostly see files related to software installation. If you check Windows folder in C drive, the folder contains the code or files to run the operating system. And so similarly in Linux, whether you are using Ubuntu, Fedora, Red Hat, while installing the Linux operating system itself, you are asked to select the partition in which operating system should be installed. And you will select a partition or a drive to install operating system, and all the files required to set the operating system or to start or to work the operating system are stored in the root folder, which is specified using the /. Root folder or root directory is like a C drive in a Windows computers. So root directory or C drive is uppermost directory in any operating system. And here in Kali Linux or any Linux operating system, root folder or root directory is the uppermost directory, and in which you are seeing some more folders or some more directories. So let us look into each of these directories. Let me show you in the terminal window. Click on the terminal icon. This is the terminal window which you already know. Type pwd. Pwd is a command that stands for print current or working directory. So you're in current folder, which is under home folder, which is under root. Now type ls. ls command stands for list files and folders basically. So these are all directories of user account Kiran. Now let me type cd / type pwd, see only /, which means that you are at root directory. This root directory is like a main or a C drive in Windows operating systems. Now type ls again. These are all files and folders, basically folders that are created during the operating system installation. So let me go back to the slide. So these are all the directories that are listed in the root folder or root directory. You can see the bin folder contains essential user command binaries. Then we have sbin, again almost similar to a bin, which contains system binaries. Then we have etc that contains system configuration files and programming files. Then we have home directory, that is actually a user accounts directory. If you go to a Windows computer and if you click in C drive then users, then you will see user accounts. As such, then if you click or open any user account folder, you will see like Windows folder, documents, downloads, etc. So that is user account in the Windows, and similarly we have same home directory for user account in the Linux systems. Then proc stands for system processes files, which contains information about system processes. Then var, which contain variable data. We have dev, which contain device files. Then we have temp, which contains temporary files. We have user utilities and application under user folder, and under boot we have static bootloader files, and lib folder contains shared library files, and opt contains optional applications and add-ons, basically that is add-on. So let us look at some of these folders in the terminal window. So this is the terminal window. So let me shoot clear command. Type clear to clear the screen. pwd just to check where I am. Then ls minus l long listing. So these are all the files or folders in the root directory. Now let me go to bin directory. In order to move to bin directory, we have to type command cd bin. cd stands for change directory. Now we are in bin directory. So let me type ls again. So these are all the binaries that are listed or that are there in the bin folder. So basically binary is a compiled source code or a machine code, or simply you can call as executable file. So all executable files are listed in bin folder. So these are all the executable files. Now let me go back to the previous folder, that is root folder. Type cd space dot dot. It takes you back to the previous folder. The command cd dot dot takes back to the previous folder. Now type cd sbin. These are all the binary tools again, but mostly administrative tools. You are seeing on the screen dhc client, dkms, and so on. There are so many executable files: iw config, update, and ip tables, and so on. Let me go back to the previous folder again. Type cd space dot dot, and now let us type cd space etc. So these are all system configuration files that are listed over here. Let me go back again. Clear is the command to clear the screen. ls to list the files, and let me move to home folder. So cd home. Now we have only one folder that is named as Kiran. So it is a folder related to user account Kiran. So let me go inside the folder cd space Kiran. See, now these are all the files like desktop, documents, downloads, music, videos, etc. So please guys check all the folders that are there in the root directory, like we have proc, var, dev, temp, and so on. So let us start learning Linux commands. Before starting Linux commands, please install a software called Terminator. This application is used to split the terminal window either horizontally and vertically, and you can split the single frame of this window into any number of frames or any number of windows within a single frame. So use the command that you are seeing in this slide, that is sudo apt-get install terminator. Sudo apt-get install, I install spelling is wrong, insta install and terminator. This is the way of installing any command, or this is the way of installing any software application on Linux environment. So this is the command sudo apt-get install and the name of the application that you want to install. So in this case we are installing Terminator. So type the password. Now the software is installing. Yes, and hit enter on your keyboard. It takes time depending upon your internet speed and your system speed. Usually it will not take much time. That's it. The application has been installed in your system. So see, now this is the single terminal window. Now you can right click on the window, anywhere on the window, and you can split the terminal either horizontal or vertical. Let me do it horizontally. So now we have two windows in a single frame window. See, you have a thin line, a seamless line, you can see over here. I think it will be visible in this recording. So when you put your cursor on the line, the icon changes to up and below arrow. So from that you can either drag the positions of the size of the window you want. And now this is the second window, this is the first window. You can click either on the window, any of these windows, first or second window, and again you can split this, like now vertically I'm splitting. So now we have total 3 windows in a single frame, right? So let me clear it and collapse subterminal and collapse subterminal. This is the way to remove the split that we have already did it. So again collapse the subterminal. So we are back to the single window. I hope this will be very much useful for you when you are learning ethical hacking course. Now we will start learning the commands. Thank you for watching the video and do subscribe to the YouTube channel INSECTECHS.